At RaiseCredit.com, we know it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. At RaiseCredit.com, we've got your backup. You can get the life you really want. RaiseCredit.com.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Reynolds here with RaiseWebinar.com. As we begin today, please get tablet and pen. Write things down. Make sure you don't just take some pictures. You got to put it in here. My ultimate goal is to help everybody become a millionaire through a corporate structure. It's not hard to do. I did it by the time I was 14. You can start doing it today as well. Here's a phone number you can write down. It's 800-510-3338. Give that a call today. As we do this, the information is protected in many ways, but the main thing I want to talk to you about is getting started again. I meet people all the time through the seminars, the workshops, the boot camps. 7 million clients I made $1 million dreams for so far. Having fun. A couple of people don't follow through, but again, not everybody likes me, not everybody likes you. But I will tell you what needs to be done. I'll do the work for you too if you allow me to. But in the beginning, did you ever get knocked down? Did somebody get in your way? Did you get fired? Did whatever happened? You see, here's the thing about life. We're all going to fall down. Someone's going to get in our way or piss us off no matter what we say or do. I want you to do what I do. I want you to plan on it. I want you to understand something flat out. Safety credit, the line of defense, can get anybody to see it, believe, and go get it every time. What you're lacking today is knowledge. And yes, there are people who say knowledge is power. I'll take on anybody in an open forum on this planet. I've been saying this for 43 years. I got an IQ off the chart with total recall. Believe me, I can get you exactly where you need to go. Now with all that blah, blah, blah people give every day. Today, you're going to learn some rules and some tools. You're going to learn things you never heard before. All right? Yes, we get knocked down. I call it the Humpty Dumpty. But we got to get up again and again. See, we have a choice. It's pretty simple. My journey, I'm going to give you some highlights. Kind of fun. You see, I brought that $100,000 and I was 9.5. Million at 14, double $1 billion by the time I was 26, under corporate structure. For 32 years, I was the second number one person in advertising in Los Angeles. I was at the Bonaventure for 32 years and at the Marriott too, helping people just like you. I'd like you to basically let me change your life and have your journey begin with me today. Now, I'm going to start when I was 3 years old. Why? It's pretty simple. I got to be with Mrs. Hope. She was a rich and famous Hope family. Sounds good. Bottom line is she got her weekly and monthly checks. All right, she dropped me off at the pier every morning at 6:30. All right, picked me up at 5 o'clock from the age of 3 to 9.5 years old. I thought at the time she was a she-devil from hell. Can you imagine? I had to steal and beg off the pier just to eat. That kind of sucked. But if I saw her today, I'd say thank you. I really would. I'd say thank you because you made me focus and get out of hell. One of the things that I started doing as a little boy is I'd grab magazines of rich and famous people. I wanted to read about them. So when you dropped off Redondo Beach Pier like I was, I looked at Marina Del Rey, Torrance Rocks, Palos Verdes. What I saw was money, lots of money. So here's the thing we get to do. All right, I'm going to show you some of the things I obtained by learning the rules and the tools that I'm going to give you today. I got the Lamborghini collection. I got the Ferraris. I got the Duffys. I got the yachts. I got the mansions. I even broke world records. You see, I'm one of the most verified people you can find on the planet. Okay, I got no blah, blah, blah to give you today. I like the race boats I used to park in my backyard, even the helicopter and the yachts. I mean, why not? Wouldn't you like all the goodies too? I haven't had a paycheck for 20 years. I don't need one. All right, the only reason I'm here today is I made a promise in a coma that I'd help people just like you. The reality is you can listen and learn today. You can learn Ray's rules and tools, and I can hold your hand, do the work for you. Or you can go back and being stuck. That's up to you. See, every one of you have wasted thousands of dollars on a bunch of crap that didn't get you where you want to go anyway. Me, I'll tell it like it is if you got the guts to listen and learn. You see, winning the game of business, I wrote that 43 years ago. Moving 24 times by the time I was 11 and a half years old, that sucked. But the reality is simple. Those people were mean, especially on the 1st and the 15th. I think the rent or the mortgage was due. So you today, if you listen to the rules and the tools, get to my workshop all day tomorrow with me, I'll do the work for you. Hell, I'll hand you the keys. I'll even guarantee it. Now, what excuse you got now? All right, you won't have one after meeting me today. The reality is I connected the dots as a kid. I found out a corporation's a legal person. I found out how they connected all the pieces. And by the way, you've all heard of Helping Hand Industries. By the way, I started that at 9.5 years old. Then I brought in $100,000. I went worldwide. Then $1 million at 14, double billion at 26. How the heck am I doing today? See, I didn't have a mommy and a daddy like most of you. I had to figure it out myself, period. I had to use the tools that God gave me, the IQ off the chart with total recall. You, today, you give me 90 days. 90 days from now. Mark down today's date. It's the 16th of October. And 90 days from now, I'll do the work. I'll hand you the fish. I'll hand you up to $1 million of credit. You want a franchise? You want an apartment complex? I don't give a damn what you want. I'll hand it all to you. If you just let me do the damn work. You see, the problem is people today, half of them are lazy. The other ones go blah, blah, blah. Me, I used to be the incorporator for rich and famous people too. I made millionaires and billionaires all the time. You could be next if you want to be. At the seminars and the workshops, you're stuck with me. I don't pass the buck. So guess what you get to do? Never bring the pain home again. Now let's look at today. What is today again? October 16th. 90 days from now, I'm going to guarantee if you do exactly what I tell you to do and let me do most of the work for you, an 820 credit score. I'd like to hand you $1 million credit card instead, just $100,000. All right, you want a franchise? I'll get you one of those too. You want a house? You want an apartment complex? Bring it on. I've done this for 43 years, and I always challenge people all the time. All right, because I don't have any blah, blah, blah to give you. I'll personally hold your hand. Now you're stuck with me. See, I'm everything you've ever wanted in your life, and I know it for a fact. I wish I had me when I was a kid. But you get me, and guess what? No excuses. I can hand you the keys to anything you want today. You know what's sad? You. Because if you don't listen to me today, the clock is ticking. You started the fourth quarter. I don't control time, neither do you. You see, what we have to realize is a corporation or divisions, and I invented divisions, by the way. Look it up in 1986. So you're getting it from the horse's mouth, not the horse's ass. So your choice is simple. 2021, that's the first fiscal year. 2021 and 2020, that's now 2 years. See, next year is called Blackjack year. If you don't know this yet, you will. Having a 2-year corporation with me, with my dashboards and my history, I can get you up to 9 lines of credit, up to $150,000 apiece. Today, you got 50 working days left. That's it. Look at your damn calendar. Nobody's making this up today. You got basically, understand, it takes the average of 42 days to get a corporation filed or the divisions. I need the name today. I need the name of what you want to name your corporation and divisions now. Okay, now. Okay, it's simple. If not, you're not getting the $5.4 million of credit next year. How many times have you let opportunity pass you by? Many times. You know it, so do I. Now, if you want to think about credit rebuilding, it's pretty simple. On Section 611 of the federal law, the credit bureaus have 45 working days. If the disputes are not done today, you just ran out of time. Good luck. We'll see you next year. See, the bottom line is you. You've had the chance to change your life. I've been doing this for 43 years. Where the hell you been? You lose your job, you got an emergency, what happens to you? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, tell the truth. You run out of time, you run out of money, you jack up your credit, you bring the pain home in 42 days. Every one of you have done this, flat out. You didn't have to do that at all. There's better ways to play the game, and you got to learn how to play. See, tomorrow morning, you got to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Why? You got a lot of work to do. Why are you sleeping in anyway? Getting to know me is kind of fun. I'll shake you up. I might even piss you off. Maybe it'll wake you up and shake you up today. When I was helping Ken Yarborough, the security chief of TRW and Experian, do it right years ago, that was fun too. Why don't you Google the word Credit Services Act today? Google it. It'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission. It'll tell you flat out, credit repair is a scam. They can't collect money up front, but they all do. If you look at the BBB today and look at Credit Karma, all right, Credit Karma's been indicted before because they kind of lie. Lexington on creditrepair.com, goody. BBB shows you 4 government agents have filed complaints so far. They've been basically collecting money every month. They're not allowed to. So what are you supposed to do? Listen to your friends and your family and the bank? Good luck. You see, it'll even refer you to the Credit Repair Organization Act, where it says attorneys can't do credit repair. You ready to do the work? I'll do it for you. I'll change your life and have some more fun. All right, this is why I do this flat out since the coma. My wife says it's my hobby. It probably is, because if I was home doing nothing, I'd probably be driving her crazy anyway. So today, I want you to think about a couple things. I want to repackage your life. I'm sorry. I think you're basically doing it wrong anyway. I want to repackage your house, your car, and your bank account. Okay? I want to get you to million. Million! Okay? That's the minimum. Anything less than that is not good enough for me. Credit saved my life as a kid and as an adult. I like credit, but I understand it more than anybody does, even after the coma. Today, look in your wallet, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what's in there. If you got debit cards, Visas, MasterCards, American Express, you got to realize I can turn that into $1 million, but I want to do it under corporate structure and corporation because I get to write off the credit cards and the interest rate. Franchise, real estate, let me know what you want. It's kind of fun. See, I hear somebody every day going, no money for a rainy day. Excuse me, in my life, it never rained, it always poured. So what do you get to do? Simple. $5,000 today. You need it now. You got an emergency. And what happens? You asked your friends and your family and the bank, and they said no. Here's a $5,000 credit card in my hand or on the screen. If you had to max it out to buy time, because it's called a safety credit card, the payment is $50 a month. The payment, understand, you basically waste that every other day. You've got to understand safety credit. Okay, it's simple. It's like the average person, they say, wastes $140 a week. I don't know if that's true about you. Okay, that's $600 a month. This is a Venture and a Venture One card, ladies and gentlemen. They're each worth $50,000 a piece. This $100,000 of credit is like anything you get about personal credit. You can't write off the credit card or the interest rate at all. That's why you got to call it safety credit. If you had to max it out, the payment is $612.26. For what the average person wastes every month, they could have used that card to get what? A pizza, start a business, couple locations too. Stop wasting money, please. You got to repackage your whole life and quit bringing the pain home. What did I tell you in the beginning? Please plan on the problems. We all get knocked down, but if you got safety credit in the line of defense, you'll be able to see it, believe, and go get it every time. That's up to you as well. So running your own race, the bottom line is the hardest thing to do. Okay? The bottom line is you have to follow through. The people around you kind of seem to want to keep you down anyway. Me, I always turn off the sounds of other people. I have heard no probably 1 billion plus times. I bought my first Lamborghini. I was 14 and a half, ladies and gentlemen. What did you drive? The reality is pretty simple. Run your race, never give up, and no matter what anybody says. See, it's like me. I had to believe in me. I set my goal list as a kid. I reached every goal by the time I was 26. It's kind of fun. I believed in God and I believed in me. Just like when I broke the world record in 1981 for the highest kick on the planet today. By the way, white men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. So do yourself a favor. Never hear you can't do this or that. God gave you a gift and an idea and a dream. Go get it and then help other people like I'm doing today. You got a choice, but understand, we got to start in the beginning. What was the beginning? Your SSN. You and I, we got an SSN as a teenager because we were told to. We did it and followed like sheep. That's okay. Guess what happens now? We get 1 or 2 write-offs and that's it. So what's the problem with that? No problem at all. But if you take the money from your family or the credit and you jack it up, what happens to you? You got the Experian, you got the Equifax, you got the TransUnion too. You jacked up the cards past 29%. That dropped your score. You got stuck. You can't get any more. Tell me something that's not true. Please. The problem is you did the wrong thing. You weren't supposed to do it that way. Today, we got to give you the rules and the tools. The SSN, simple. The United States of America Incorporated use us as collateral. That's why they do the consensus as of yesterday, too. Nixon took the gold standard out. What do they get to do? They get to print money 24/7. So I want you to write a little list. Can you do that for me, please? I want you to write down Ray's rules, $100,000 of credit. Don't use more than 29% ever. All right, then we've got 71,000 of safety. Just in case we lose our job or there's a pandemic, we can buy time up to 1 or 2 years. You see, here's the thing. If you take money in credit from your family and you roll the dice, didn't that hurt the family and bring the pain home? See, there's a better way to do that, and we don't want to hurt the family at all. So the bottom line is it's called Ray's Rules today. Never bring the pain home. All right, we all have sad stories to tell. There's me in a coma at 5.5 years old. I hit the curb with my face going 40 miles an hour going down that big hill. There's me in a coma in 2009. You see, there I am in 2009 after I took people on my corporate yacht. Worth millions and billions, nobody gave a damn about me. I get to die at 5:41 on July 5th. And what did I do? Well, in the coma, I made a promise I'd help people just like you the rest of my life. That's why I'm here today. If you listen and learn. There's me in that coma in the hospital waiting to die. There's my corporate yacht, my race boat I parked in my backyard. Someone came on the boat, they had swine flu pneumonia. All right, they should have wore a mask around their head back then. They should do it today too. But they ended up calling it H1N1. At the end of the day, I got out of that coma after I made my promise to God that I'd help people the rest of my life and show them exactly what I went through and how they can do it too. I walked around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. Pretty simple. I put my credit score back to an 820. I made myself a CFO, and I popped $1 million of credit again. I want you to learn how to do this. I'm going to do it for you in the beginning, then I'm going to teach you how to do it yourself too. I want to make sure you get to my workshops with me. You see, today you don't get a do-over. You get to live or die. COVID-19 could wipe everybody out. I'm going to suggest everybody wear a mask today. If I would have known to wear a mask or a bubble around my head versus being there in the hospital being dead, I would have did that too. I didn't know someone's going to come on my yacht with swine flu pneumonia. Back in 2009, people weren't really paying attention, were they? Especially me. See, today it takes a moment to die and a lifetime to live. Which one are you going to pick? You have a choice today. Please don't be comfortable. I've never been comfortable a day in my life. When I'm comfortable, I think I'd basically just give up and just, be lazy? Sorry, I don't want you comfortable. All right? I want you to try something I've done all my life. Since I was 2.5 years old. I remember, unfortunately, I remember almost everything. 2.5 years old, I'm crying my eyes out looking in the mirror. All right? The bottom line is I looked at myself and I said, I got to figure this out. I mean, I literally did. It's like, are you kidding me? Yeah. So what I do every day, and I've been getting up at 2:25 every day all my life. No reason, I don't know why, it just happens to my body. Like today, I got up at 2:25, I dropped to my knees, and I said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I went and found a mirror. I want you to try this, please, just once. You got nothing to lose. Look in the mirror. I look in the mirror for 2 minutes. I stop time. I want to make myself responsible for myself and not blame anybody else, but see it, believe, and go get it. I don't comb my hair and I don't comb my teeth, but I ask myself 2 questions every day. Have I completed everything I need to? The answer is no. Is there more to be done? Always. So do yourself a favor today and let's understand something. Okay? I'd like you to give me 90 days and go, shh, don't tell anybody what you're going to do. See, I've watched people at seminars, workshops, and boot camps for 43 years, and they kind of tell me the same thing. All right, God gave you an idea and a dream, and you went and asked your friends and family what they think. Sorry, don't ask them. All right, and most times they kind of put it down, and you clouded your directions. All right, just give me 90 days, please. I can change everyone's life. I've done it for 14 to now 17 million people over the years. It's like this today. I love money. I'm not going to lie and say I don't, because I do love money. Money is one of the top 10 things on my list. It always has been. See, with money, I don't have to steal or beg off the pier. I can pay my bills, feed my family. I can help people like you. I haven't had a paycheck for 20 years. All right? I don't need one. But I need to help you because that's my promise that I made to God. So if you allow me to, today, you and me, we're getting slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. If you go back to the job you hate, eventually they're going to fire you anyway. Then you're going to drive an Uber and deliver some pizza, if that's your true American dream. It's not mine, but it could be yours. You never know. See, what I want you to understand something today. When I had to be with Mrs. Hope, and like I said, today I'd tell her thank you. I had to get out of hell. All right, literally. I got used and abused as a child, and that sucks. And what happened is very simple. Every Wednesday night, they had a poker game. I stood outside my bedroom. It was actually the pantry next to the garage. I'd listen to the things that the grown-ups said, and I'd write some things down once in a while. I'd have my little notes, and they thought I was kind of weird. Who knows? Maybe. You know what I heard? I heard a corporation's a legal person. That's what I heard. I circled it. I couldn't sleep all night. I heard my way out of hell if I could figure it out. Next day, I went to the library next to the Torrance Police Department. I asked the lady, would you please help me? What does this mean? She says, here's a microfiche, here's a book. She was nice. I read the book. You see, what I was looking for is the same thing you've been looking for. Okay, you were looking for the blueprint, the instruction manual, how to get there, and what needs to accomplish that goal, and not hurt your family on the way up. When I get pissed off, and this is just me, all right, I get really pissed off, and I take it internally. So after reading the book, front and back, everywhere I couldn't figure it out. So I went to the library to 7.5 to 9.5 years old. You see, it doesn't exist until I wrote it myself. See, the thing that bothers me today is when I hear about motivational, yeah, that's good to get us going, but where's our tools? Or you bought some book out about secrets. There should be no secret at all. Or how to go build it. I mean, there's so many books that are so full of crap, it's ridiculous. Me, I like the KISS method. I created the Millionaires Founders Kit. That's how I brought in my first $1 million in that kit right there. Books and CDs, it'll walk you right through it. All right, no hesitation at all. Real estate, I had $841 million of real estate in 2009, under corporate structure, of course. I wanted to hit $1 billion that year, but I ended up being in a coma instead. I was a consultant for many banks for many years. I wrote a book called Become the Bank, Buckets of Money and Tax Balancing too. You see, playing the game for me made it easier because I wanted to win. I mean, come on. If you want to play a game today, are you going to read the instructions, the manual? You're going to want to understand how to play the game. Is that true? Are you going to play a little, or are you going to play hard and win? See, for me, when I was at the Bonaventure for 32 years, I used to sell that system for $20,000 a pop. There was always a line around the hotel. The Marriott in Long Beach for 40 years too. Today, the sales team sells it for $1,000, 18 books and 18 CDs. So what happens is today, I'm in the process of helping a housing project. I'm always trying to help other people all the time and make sure they achieve their goals. So the main thing is kind of fun too. I'm $20,000 from the project. So if today you want this, okay, I'm going to tell you, don't talk to the sales team because I got to get a commission. You do it through me for $4.99, you would sell it. At that, when you get the books, give me a call. I'll talk to you for a couple minutes for free. Okay, you see, I'll give you a hat, a mask, or a t-shirt. You pick one. It's up to you. I want you to know something. I'm going to hold your hand and follow through. And that's the ultimate thing for all of you, too. Zelle. There's the Zelle for the books and CDs. Ever since COVID-19, we Zelle or wire deposit. So, but if you want to call the sales team at 800-510-3338, you could do that as well. But they won't give you the price that I would have gave you, and you don't get to talk to me. So, rebuilding your credit, please let me do it my way. Let me do it right. All right? It's like the rapid rescore. I can push scores up to 820s. Credit lines, articles, books, CDs, and classes. See, if you're stuck with me, you're going to know the truth, like today. Every given credit card you ever get, I don't want you to use more than 25 to 29%. But you can't have a zero balance because that doesn't maintain a score to get more. So you're going to maintain 25 to 29% on a given credit card. If you jack it up, you drop your score, you get stuck, you can't get any more. Sorry, that's just the truth. That's how it's been. Now you know why things happened to you in the past. I want to make you a qualified CFO. So we have the ability to do this right today if you want to. The ultimate thing is like making money. There's 4 things that I've always used to make money for me. First, it'd always be real estate. If we get a house and fix it up, I always teach it, and I always call it a flippity-dippity-do. I don't want to be stressed out like some of you. A duplex, a fourplex, an apartment complex. My specialty is commercial real estate too. Now, COVID-19 has made the world change a lot. So let's get you in a franchise, all right, that stays open during that time, like the McDonald's, the Taco Bell, or the Wendy's. You could even do profit sharing too. It's like anything else. It's called leveraging money and credit. There's 84 ways to do this. I can turn these all into 99 more as well. But we're going to use corporate credit. It's the only thing we get to write off. So again, I'll teach you 3 or 4 ways to play that too. We're always going to call it raise rules, never bringing the pain home. So let's look at this. This is a Lamborghini. When I first saw the Lamborghini at 14 years old, I could not believe that car with those doors. I got so excited, so I went and bought one the next week. So let's understand something. Here's a Lamborghini right in front of you. You can see it on the dashboard with me. And what happens is everybody you see that are rich and famous today, they drive company cars and they write it all off. So, but you, what are you doing? You're getting your paycheck, but you get the leftover. You basically pay for a car you should not, and then you steal money and credit from the family, roll the dice to start a business, and I believe that hurts the family. What do you think? Getting you a car at the fleet price, all right, and basically under a tax ID for me is pretty simple. If you allow me to teach you the rules and the tools. So today, if you're using your paycheck, which I hear they call taxable income, to pay the payment, the gas registration, and insurance, could you yell the word no from now on, please? Can you let me show you how to get a car under a fleet price and a tax ID? All you have to do is get to the workshop with me and tell me which car you want. We'll make it a project, and I'll help you get the keys. So the bottom line today, we got that SSN. We did. We did it because we were told as a teenager to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. But did you read the card front and back? I know if I ask you, you're going to say, yeah, you did. So ladies, let's get it out of your purse next to your feet. Gentlemen, it's in your wallet. Pull it out, please. See, if I asked you 4 questions, I'm sorry to say you would fail the test. All right, you read it, but you skimmed it over. You didn't really read it and put it here. It says, do not laminate, don't use for variety purposes, don't carry with you. It tells you flat out it's not even your card. So you got a choice. Yes, we all have one SSN. That's one chance to not screw up. I'm sorry, it's not enough chances. That's why we bring the pain home. We have to learn the rules. An SSN, we get 1 or 2 write-offs. We got to use it for safety credit. We get our Experian, our TransUnion, and Equifax, and that's it, too. So what do? This credit has to be called safety. We got to teach the whole world personal credit is safety credit, never use more than 29%, period. We don't want to hurt our family. The bottom line is I need you to write down SS4 times 4. See, an SS4, all right, allowed, you can get as many as you need to, all right, times 4 is just the beginning for you. All right, no liability, almost none at all, maybe a little bit, and you get to write off all the credit cards, interest rates, and create credit reports and more. You see, you don't need to steal from your family. All right, the bottom line is, unfortunately, most of you have done that in the past. If you allow me as an affiliate, that means I have a dashboard, 7 of them right in front of me. I get to build credit reports under a tax ID. Experian, Equifax, TransUnion too. What this allows you to do is let the corporation or the divisions or more write off the credit cards and start a business. You know, the corporation can start its own business with its own credit without spending much money once it's all set up. But again, I need you to listen. The way I designed this in 1986, simple. All right, corporation, you don't name it after you because that makes you the duck. That's called dumb. You don't basically name it for what it does because you want multiple functions. That's double dum-dum. What you got to do is write down line of defense. You see, I want you to have multiple divisions. Every division set up the right way can have its own credit reports today and finance itself. If you allow me to, I can get you up to $100,000 or $1 million card or both. Which one would you like? That's how you start the business the right way. And if something gets screwed up, you get to protect you and your family. I already offered you $100,000 earlier personally, but it's got to be called safety. Never take money or credit from the family. You'll hurt your family if you haven't done that before. Never bring the pain home ever again. It's Ray's rules. See, you got an SSN, we all do, but that's got to be safety. Over here, we got to say corporate credit. We get to write off. And by the way, there's 14 different ways of corporate credit. Write off the interest rate and the credit card. We don't have to hurt the family at all. I want you at tomorrow's workshops with me all through the day. I'll be at 4 o'clock in the morning like I am every day, starting the first class at 7 a.m. Would you like to go? All you got to do is listen. See, an SS4, that means it's an 1120. Almost no liability at all. But the SSN you got? Oh my goodness, that makes us the duck. I don't want you to hurt your family. You see, for me, I didn't have a family till I got a wife and kids. Till then, it was just God and me. So I want you to be able to write it off, know the rules and the tools, and how to play the game, and I want you to win. You have the right to win like everybody else. Today, if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, YouTube, that's kind of fun, but the reality is you're not getting the PowerPoint in front of me. You might just want to go to rayswebinar.com, get the full overview, and learn never to bring the pain home again, too. Now, let's read exactly what I heard when I was 7.5. You ready to read with me? It's pretty simple. It's chapter 18. So it's not to give you legal advice at all. They said in exactly a corporation's a legal person. Corporation has more rights than you and I do. Okay? We can't just always be the duck. It's like some of you will say, I don't want to do a business, Ray. I want to keep my job. Okay. You have the right under the Constitution to incorporate yourself, just like doctors and CPAs do. So that would give you personal and business credit at the same time, and you don't have to bring the pain home ever again. So you don't have to run a business. I'm going to try to get you to do that anyway, but you don't have to. The calendar is today's the 16th. We got to get this done in 90 days or less. Again, I'm going to hold your hand. I'm actually going to do the work for you and guarantee the results. Our problem is right now the fourth quarter began. The countdown is here. 2020 and 2021 equals 2 years. 9 lines of credit up to 150. We have 50 working days left. Look at your calendar. Corporations are taking up to 42 days. I need the corporate name today, the divisions too. If you're a client, I got to set up your divisions now, or you're going to let time pass you by. 5.4 million of credit can be obtained as two. It's like if you want your basically your credit score to 820, they have 45 working days under federal law, public record 611. It's got to be done now. So today, let's look at the United States of America Incorporated. They set up their line of defense called the states. The states set up their line of defense too. From there, what did they do? It's pretty simple. They set up the cities. The cities are corporations too, and you've watched some of them file bankruptcy in the past. So let's understand something. The United States of America is here. They got the states that are all states, 50 states are corporations, and then there are cities, corporations too. And they have the right to file bankruptcy per city under Chapter 9, Public Record 2. You haven't set up your line of defense, and that's what you've been missing all along. You see, under the Constitution, Supreme Court, you are we the people, by the way. It's about time you step up to the plate and learn to win. Again, I'm just trying to help you as much as I can. I got to keep my promise. Nixon took the gold standard out. They got the key to the printing press, and they print money 24/7. These two never have to worry about money in their life like you and me. Mama, she delivered a baby this morning. All right, we got our SSN as a teenager. All right, that's exactly what we did because we were told to. Mama, if she don't sign the SSN for the baby, listen carefully, that baby must have a Social Security card before the baby is allowed to go into the stroller and in the car seat. So they know how much more money to print, or they'll be able to. So you have to understand that's exactly how that works. Nothing wrong with it as long as you know the rules and the tools. United States of America Incorporated. So today, S says 4 times 4. You set up a corporation, line of defense, division, subsidiaries, and more. By the way, you never had to be the duck. You never had to bring the pain home. Problem is, nobody wanted to teach you how to play the game. I've been teaching this for 43 years. So if you listen, learn, I'll do the work for you. All right, hand it to you, put you in the workshops, and teach you how to fish on your own. And it's your company anyway. You're just letting me build it all for you. So the bottom line is we take away all the excuses. Today, stop being the duck. The SSN is for personal credit called safety. Corporation gets credit too. We set up the line of defense in case something goes wrong. By the way, how many banks do you see empty today that they file bankruptcy in every piece? Or grocery store. But they're still in business, are they not? So you got the ability today not to bring the pain home. Mr. Trump bankrupted 4 corporations in the past. He didn't bring the pain home. Why did you? Rich and famous people do it every day. Cities file bankruptcy too. So the reality is you have the right to do the same thing they do. You just have to learn the rules and the tools and the discipline and the safety credit and a lot more. It's like credit card start credit score. A credit score gives you more like a house and a car, but a house and a car really doesn't do anything for your credit report at all. They just sit there unless you mess them up. So the goal is don't mess it up. Raise rules, 29%. You jack up a card past 29%, there goes your score. All right, you can't get any more, and you're being stuck. Reality is I want you at the workshop with me. I want to build it for you, hand it to you, and teach you how to fish too. You see, that's the fastest way you can get where you want to go. If I rebuild your credit, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to get you up to a 720. I'm going to charge you $499. A rapid refresh, if you allow me to have that too. Simple, it'll push you up to the 820. That's usually $499 too. So the reality is the office would like to sell for $998. Okay, that kind of makes sense. But I like to give it away if you do it during the webinar with me. So let's understand what I'm about to do for you. $499, we rebuild your credit up to an 820. All right, we give you a $1,000 credit card back to you. twice as much you invested in yourself. We invite you to a class online up to 3 months about credit education. What excuse would you have now? You would not have one at all. We did all the work for you, and we want to teach you some more. Zelle wire deposits, how we get paid through COVID-19. You can always call the office at 800-510-3338 if you want to. It's pretty simple. See, I broadcast 3 times a day, and on Saturday, always live. And the bottom line is I don't like pre-recorded crap, sorry. It's like the workshop tomorrow's all through the day. People are faxing over questions right now, or they know they can type them in during the class. I want them stuck with me. I might ask them to do 1 or 2 things. All they've got to do is follow through, because I always do too. So the ability is like Walt Disney here. They filed bankruptcy 7 times in the past, kind of like a couple of you. They didn't want to pay tax on $1 billion. They knew how to play that game. They wrote an IOU to themselves. That's all they had to do. See, you got to learn the rules and the tools not to bring the pain home. SS 4 times 4 again. Almost no liability. Get all the credit you need, what needs to be to finance that business and the dream, from real estate to franchise and more. You don't bring the pain home, and you build basically the Experian, the TransUnion, Equifax. This is what you allow me to do for you. That way it can finance itself and write it all off. The ability to understand the rules, because you can't write off your personal credit. So let's do what I designed in 1986. Why don't we get 8 credit cards per division, 9 lines of credit, 8 supply cards, 10 vendor cards, 10 marketing, 6 lease cards, from there gas cards and cash cards too. Like I said, there are 14 different ways to get credit for the corporation, write off the interest rate in the card. First we got to do is go get the cash. Cash is king and queen for all of us. So the bottom line is that's why I want you to workshop with me. The faster you listen and learn, the faster I can make you a qualified CFO. The ability to follow through. It's like Mr. Buffett. I studied his father first, and I studied him. The man owns 100 companies. He owns his favorite 10. From ketchup to Geico to Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen, See's Candy, Bridge Jewelry, even owns Fruit of the Loom. So he's playing the game. But my question to you is, why are you not? Why aren't you playing in winning to win? You can. Calendars count down. Today's the 16th. I don't count down the calendar. I didn't create it. We just have to follow the dates. Corporations have 4 quarters. You're in your 4th quarter right now. If it's not done right away, me holding your hand doing the work for you, you kind of let it pass you by. There's up to $5.4 million of credit, up to 9 lines of credit. As long as we can say 2020 and 2021, we now have the 2 years we need to allow me to go through my dashboards and pop it for you, based on the divisions or the corporations. When you look at that calendar today, it's 50 working days left. Corporations are an average of 42 working days to get them filed. I need the name right away for that 2 years. If you're going to think about getting that credit rebuilt too, by the way, under Section 611, all right, the bottom line is federal law, it's public record, they take 45 working days. Today you got to do it. All right, you're wasting some time. Now, we had one boot camp this year. I told my wife it'd be my last one because she doesn't like when I work 6 to 8, 10 days in a row. So the bottom line is I made another promise. I told her this is the last one I'm going to do. All right, so I'm retiring from boot camps completely. COVID-19 kind of slowed us down from the radio show, TV show too. So this is coming up next weekend, and today is your last day you can sign up for it, 23rd, 24th, 25th. So the bottom line is 3 days in a row. All right, I'm in the process of basically helping a housing project. Right now they said the number is about 11,000 more to go. So if you want to get the best discount you can do, you can call 800-510-3338. Then you'll be stuck with me for 3 days in a row starting next week. My dashboards, I would tell you, don't use authorized user stuff because that's just in the way. And please don't go buy trade lines. No one knows history doesn't work. You got to use an affiliate to use the dashboards to pop the big credit cards. So again, I got to still make you a qualified CFO. The bottom line here is you got to remember, I'm the guy that created 113 ways to daisy chain credit. I can turn every corporate card into 99 more if you want me to. All right, but we got to talk about corporate credit. Why? It's the only thing you get to write off. We got to call it raise rules and tools, the ability to do this right. Now, in front of you is bars going to prison. It's just very simple. You're going to run a real company, by the way. If you have the intent to defraud or rip anybody off, I will testify, get you in a court of law. I want you to run a real business and not try to rip anybody off. Here's the corporation. Here's the divisions. Right line of defense. Write it down, please. Draw a little blueprint with me. You have the ability, if something goes wrong, to appease. What are we going to do? We're going to do the 3-step. We're going to disconnect it, isolate, incorporate. If I can't save the piece, I'm going to bankrupt that piece. But I'm not going to bring the pain home. I don't have to. The bottom line is you get to do the same thing everybody else has done. So let's understand today, your house, you probably got a house, that's great. I'd probably tell you did it wrong. Don't take offense, please. I think you should have used raise rules. You see, first of all, you got to understand something. Escrow works for you, but you let them tell you what to do. It should have been escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow record in a trust. I'm sorry if your house or your assets are in your name today, because if somebody sues you, they screw you, they take it away. If you die, it's stuck into probate. I would actually Google the word trust today. Now let's go fix up that property, have some fun, and call it a flippity-dippity-do. You're going to hire that contractor. Okay. The contractor's going to hire the subcontractor that's down outside Home Depot. They're good workers. But what if they slip and fall, cut every corner, and they want to sue you? And what did you do? Remember what I said in the beginning today? Plan on the problem, someone trying to take it away. I'd like you to be serious about this in every property you ever obtain. Quick, clean deed it to a division of a corporation. Do an assignment of equity, too. At the end of the day, they can't sue you at all. What they would really get is diddly squat. You got to protect your assets and never bring the pain where? Home. Again, these are the rules and tools we got to break down at the workshop with me to make sure you understand how to play the game and win. Please Google the word irrevocable trust today. As you do this, please understand something. We still got to fix up that property. You know, you cannot circumvent the United States of America. They have rules. You just play by the rules and the tools. Corporations don't pay tax, so they make a profit anyway. So if you try to play peekaboo with the IRS and make a mess, sorry. What you're going to have to do is go to irs.gov, download a form called 656 of 433A and B. It'll get you your COVID-19 check if you haven't got that yet. Put your butt back in the system. You see, there's only one way to play, is by their rules and tools. That's how we play a game and we win. Knowing how to play by the rules and tools. So I want you to have 4 more divisions. Can you write them down for me, please? 1 for carpet, appliances, fixtures, and wood. See, what happens today is we get to go back to the manufacturer and save up to 70%. From there, I don't want you to have to pay a bill for 30 to 60, 90 days anyway. Let's use their money to fix up that property. Escrow closes, pays off the debt. Now you have $200,000 left over. You're not rich, but guess what happens in the past? Have you ever had $10,000, $100,000 before and kind of piss it away? And some of you are broke today? Please write down raise rules, leveraging money, borrowed money's not taxable. Learning the rules how to set up the line of defense is very crucial for everybody. So before I die again, because next time will probably be the final one, I got to change the world as much as I can. You see, when I had my 22,000 square feet of Irvine Spectrum, all right, in locations around the globe, making $1 million plus a day, helping people just like you, the bank would be at the office at 9 or on the phone saying, Ray, what would you like me to do today? How can I help you some more? When you got money, they always go, they always kiss your assets. Got no money, they don't know your name. So let's do this the right way, in the right CD, line of credit, bank account too. I want you to create reference points. When you make the bank verify itself, they tend to have to say yes anyway. So we get the ability to do this right. All right? Remember, the banks borrow from the feds times 10 and borrow a loan back that times 5. If we did this right, they could give us up to $3 million of a line of credit. Since borrow money's not taxable, why don't we take $2 million of that and go buy a McDonald's today, get a Big Mac, a fry, and a chocolate shake? You want one too? See, you got to understand, you get to do this too. That's why I want you at the workshop with me. If I'm going to build it for you, do the work, I need you to learn how to do it yourself. That's the ultimate goal. You see, years ago, because I don't like to spend money, I never spend it at all, I let it finance itself. I wanted that Rolex too. They wanted $89,000, but wholesale price was $39,000. So I set up that division for jewelry. I got the watch overnighted. The bill's not due for 30 days. I got a loan on the watch. I paid the invoice, put the leftover in the bank account. Maintained the payment on a watch I did not own. At the end of the day, I got it for free. See, I don't want to spend money if I don't have to. That's what the workshops are about, to make sure you understand how to play too. You got to beat your own doubt, ladies and gentlemen. You got to run your own race. It's like everyone talks about cash flow free up your time. If you had a corporation today, and I mean right now, and you allowed me to get your credit card up to $100,000, you could look up C-191D. It says 8 ways to loan out money. You could actually take $50,000 off the card, loan $10,000 to 5 people. You put a second on their house, a homestead blocker, and a chattel mortgage, and a UCC1. You just created $2,449 of cash flow per month off your own credit. You haven't spent any money to do it. Now you got a flow to free up your time. If you did $100,000, that's $4,800. If you did $150,000, that's $4,347. See, you can create your own cash flow just by creating and having the credit built for you in your corporation. Again, I don't know if you want franchise, house, or real estate, or just money and loans. I'll show you some of the mansions, the helicopters, the yachts too. I got to get you past go. The bottom line is, as I build it for you, I want you to learn the rules and the tools for yourself. God's gift, my favorite one. You see, I parked my corporate yacht and my race boat in my backyard. Where you park yours again? I like the corporate Lamborghini, the building, and the helicopter too. Wouldn't you? The bottom line is this today. I'd like you to change your driver's license. I don't want it to have your home address on it. Every time you write a check or a debit card, you whip it out and give it to them. Now it's like, hey, I'm right here. Go rob my house. I'm not home right now. Come sue me, screw me, take it away. You got to realize this world is mean and cruel at times. You got to protect your assets and not bring the pain home. California, we have the Schaefer Bill, the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. You got to realize you have to take care of you and your family. Now let's talk about that car. Remember, I told you I want to repackage your house, your car, and your bank account. The last time you bought a car, what did you do? You let somebody sweat you for hours on end. You lost $5,000 up to 9 inquiries too. You see, what you should have done, all right, is listen to me and get it under tax ID at fleet price. But if you're going to do it your way and they hand you that piece of paper saying we got to run your credit today, next to your signature, write down allows 1 inquiry only and take a picture, please. You have the ability to do this right. But the bottom line is I got to get you to listen to me, get you to the workshops so you can buy it under fleet price and a tax ID. Now today, let's say that I don't want it to be you. Hypothetically, it's someone we don't know because I don't want you to feel anything, but what happens is this. Let's say somebody went to the bank or the grocery store and they bumped somebody's car, a little bumpity bump. The other person acts like they got whiplash. Then they're going to ask for driver's license, insurance, and registration. What's going to happen? They should have used not their home address. They're paying the insurance for that car out of their paycheck called taxable income. I believe the corporation should pay for it and write it all off. You would be the registered owner. What's going to happen next? They're going to call them those bloodsucker attorneys on TV. They're going to sue you, screw you, and take everything you got. Sorry to say, it's the truth. Like I said in the beginning, not only I want to repackage your house, your car, your bank account, plan on someone trying to take it away and hurt you. But if you listen to me and I go through this step by step in the details at the workshop, how the registered owner could be the division, the lien holder could be the corporation. That way they couldn't sue you, and at the end of the day, they do get diddly squat. You got to understand. You got to protect your assets. That's what the workshops are for. 43 years I have done Saturdays, seminar workshops, and boot camps, trying to help people just like you. What did I do July 3rd, 2009? I took my corporate yacht from my backyard. There's the address at the time. I said, fill it up. I wrote off the car, the interest rate, and the yacht. Why not? From there, July 5th, I'm in a coma, waiting to die. Someone had swine flu and pneumonia. I made my promise to God, and the reality is I got to wake up, walk around for 5 weeks with an oxygen tank. I still put my credit score back to an 820, made myself a good CFO, and I popped another $1 million of credit again. I don't want you ever to stay down either. You have the ability to listen and learn if you allow me to do it for you. Again, God's using me to help you if you pay attention today. From there, I made my promise. And that's what I'm going to do. So there's me in that hospital on July 5th, 2009 at 5:41, I get to die. I made my promise, so I got to get back up again. Keeping my promises, that's why I'm in front of you today. Let me do the work for you, teach you how to play, and teach you the rules too. You see, it's like my son and my daughter. I named them after me. Even if I died today, the legacy will be on because I named the corporation the Reynolds University too. You got to realize today is the 16th. We don't control the calendar. If we don't do this right away, literally in 90 days, you could have an 820 credit score up to that, up to $100,000 to $1 million, a franchise, a house, an apartment complex. This is all going to be handed to you, and I'll hold your hand. But again, I got to get it now because 2020 is ending. Countdown's begun. 2021, blackjack year. I need to add it to the dashboards right away. They can take up to 42 days to file those articles too. It's only 50 days left. And if you need your credit rebuilt, you got to start today because why? Under 6 and 611, they have 45 working days to respond. Today, if you have a corporation, you probably pay $3,000 and got a stock kit. They say that 96% do nothing because they don't know what's next. I want to be your next. If you allow me to give you the articles, the outlets, the tax ID, I would charge you $9.99, do all the work for you, hand it to you, then teach you how to fish. I'd get you in the workshop for corporate setup for 90 days, just like your favorite movie. You know the lines before they say them, don't you? Then level 1 for the division set up the line of defense. So the 90 days of workshops are $9.99 too. The office likes to sell for $19.98. That's okay. I give it away through the webinar for $17.99. I hand you $5,400 of cash credit back to you. That's 3 times your investment back in your pocket. My goal is always to take away people's excuses and give guarantees. The bottom line is the rapid refresh and the credit building too. Now there's no excuses. You got to play with me or stay stuck. That's kind of up to you. So the bottom line today is wire, deposit, or Zelle. You can call 800-510-3338. The lack of commitment is what's holding people back. Maybe you. Your ability. And remember, most of you wasted thousands of dollars. How about we look at a building and a Lamborghini all purchased under tax IDs, reaching the dream, think it'd be the impossible? I've done it all my life. It's Ray's rules. The ability to listen and learn, let me do the work for you, get you to the workshops for 90 days, get you to the $1 million dream. I like to see it the seminar, workshops, and boot camps. I'll never pass the buck on you. Again, today's the 16th. If we don't do it today, we're running out of time. I want you with me all day tomorrow. I want you to realize motivation, I listen to it every day too. But it doesn't give me the tools and the rules. It just motivates us. At the end of the day, I'm sorry to say, it's just still blah, blah, blah. I'll show you some of mine. Show me yours, please. We're going to use Ray's rules to go get it today and tomorrow. I'd like to change your life. At the end of the day, you got a story to tell too. An 820 credit score, up to $100,000 of safety credit. That's why we're going to do it. From there, $1 million corporation with divisions too. I just tell you to quit and stop being stuck. From here, what's next? It's me. 43 years. I will hold your hand. I won't pass the buck. I will do the work and hand it to you. That's pretty simple. I want to repackage your house, your car, and your bank account. I want you never to bring the pain home ever again. So the reality is the corporate setup today is $17.99 with me. You're going to get $54 of cash credit back to you. Rapid refresh, credit building too, and that's 3 times your investment back to you. Nothing to lose. Let me do the work. 90 days in the workshops. You're stuck with me starting tomorrow. It's pretty simple. As we do this today, again, it's Zelle wire deposit. It's how we get paid through COVID-19. Remember, the 14th Amendment of the Constitution turned corporations into people. I love the United States of America. I really do. I just want to show you how I got the rules and the tools by the time I was 9.5. Any game I ever play, I master the rules better than anybody because I always want to win. They manage 50 states. All states manage cities. Cities are corporations too, and they filed Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the past. You got to get your own structure as well. So at the end of the day, you got raised rules. Never have joint credit. When you buy a house, it's simple. Escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow record in a trust. Remember, don't name the corporation after you. They become dumb. Don't name it what it does. Up to $1 million of credit, you got to set up the line of defense. I mean, think about it today. You see banks that are empty. They file bankruptcy on their pieces or grocery stores. You have the same ability for structure called the line of defense for your real estate, your franchise, your current business. You've got to set up the line of defense. You've got to understand the rules and the tools. Every time someone tries to circumvent me, do it on their own, they always come back because they don't know all the little rules and tools in between. So you get to let me do it for you because I'll make it easy, and then you get to listen and learn. Like I said when we started today, plan on the problems. There's always somebody trying to take it away. But if you got basically safety credit, you got to learn a little bit about that today. And the line of defense, you'll learn a little bit of that too. You can see it, believe, and go get it every day. Nothing will get in your way besides you. Sorry to say that, but it's true. If all you want from me is up to an 820 credit score, a $1,000 card, twice as much you invest in yourself today, in educational classes for 90 days, there you go. It's $4.99. All you got to do is Zelle it right away, and there you go. Wire or deposit. I'm not going to have any hesitation because I'm going to guarantee it too. You see, the $1 million, all right, Millionaires in the Making workshop, this is my favorite one. I believe in every one of you. I believe everybody can become a corporate millionaire, period. I've done it so many times, this is not hard to do. I call this step one. I put all the pieces together. All right, I do 2 analyzations for you. The office wants to sell for about $4,000. That's good. It's a good price. But the reality is I give it away for the average person pays for a corporation. But I give them all the goodies. $2,999 today. $25,000 of cash credit back to you. From here, it's pretty simple. It's 8 times your investment back to you as you structure this. And all you got to do is Zelle wire deposit or call 800-510-3338. It's pretty simple. The American dream, okay, for me is receiving money every month, pay the bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up the time. From there, we got to set up the line of defense. We got to master raise rules. Today, every one of you, because time is running out. All I can tell you, if you ask me, because people ask me all the time, what would you do? Millionaires in the Making. Everybody has the right to turn it, daisy chain the credit, literally up to $1 million, divisions for real estate, apartment complex, whatever it is, franchises, everything it wants to do under that umbrella. You start with $2,999 today, and you're guaranteed $25,000 of cash credit, all the goodies. I do the work, and you're stuck with me for 90 days, being able to learn the rules and the tools, all right, from me directly. To me, it's a giveaway. I wish I had that when I was a kid. So you can Zelle, wire, deposit. That's all you got to do today. Remember, I always hear one or two say, I don't want to do their business, right? Then keep your job. Just incorporate you. You're allowed to, like doctors and CPAs do. If you incorporate you, they give you personal and business credit too. You don't have to start a business. I'm going to try to twist your arm to do it anyway because you should. You should become your own boss. October 16th is today. That means very simple. All right, I can get you all those goodies today. Wow, I just remember what that date remembered. See, I got total recall and it just pops in my head. All right, the reality is pretty simple. 2020 is this year, first fiscal year. 2021, January 2nd, 2 calendar years, my dashboards, I can apply up to 9 lines of credit 150. How many would you like? You see, today, look at your calendar, you got 50 days left. You didn't create it, neither did I. We're in countdown. 42 days to get a corporation and divisions filed right away. All right, even getting the process of rebuilding credit, 45 working days under Section 611. Today's your day. I will personally hold your hand at seminars, workshops, and boot camps today. I'm not going to ever pass the buck. You're stuck with me. So today, stay safe, stay strong. Let me, if you're thinking about sitting there waiting for what's next to come, let me be your next, please. Let us always remember God gave us life, and it's from our Father in heaven. It's a gift. God's given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. Raise rules. Wow. All these years. You got 800-510-3338. Raise rules. Never bring the pain home. All you got to do right now is call that number, and you'll basically be with me tomorrow at the workshops. I'll do the work. I'll guarantee it, and I won't let you down. And you get to listen and learn and take it over from you. It's your corporation anyway. I'm just going to do the work to build it for you. I don't want any mistakes. I got 100% success rate for if you listen and follow through. At the end of the day, don't ever forget, God loves us all.